Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel Learn Mathematics. Myself Rekha Chabra, your maths teacher. Students, I hope you like my videos, and if you like my videos then please don't forget to like, share and subscribe this channel on YouTube. So we were doing chapter number 5, Continuity and Differentiability, in which we have already learned how to find derivatives of composite functions. So today we are going to learn derivatives of implicit functions, derivative of inverse trigonometric functions, and then we will discuss few questions of exercise 5.3. Students, every time it's not necessary that we get easy kind of equation that we can solve for any variable. Look at the first equation here. It is very simple and easy to separate y and solve for y. But what about this second equation? It does not seem that there is an easy way to solve for y. How can we split the second term? So, what is the basic concept, student, where we can separate two variables easily? We call those functions as explicit functions. For example, x minus y minus pi equal to 0. Here we can very well write down y is equal to x minus pi. But where we cannot separate two variables easily, like this, x plus sine xy minus y equal to 0, so these type of functions are known as implicit functions. Let's take one example. Here we have to find the derivative of y with respect to x in this equation. Let's differentiate directly. What is the derivative of y? dy by dx, or else we can say d by dx of y plus d by dx of sine y is equal to d by dx of cos y, which implies, using chain rule now, dy by dx plus what is the derivative of sine cos y, and what is the derivative of y, dy by dx, and on the right side what is the derivative of cos x is minus sine x. Now let's take dy by dx common on left hand side and let's shift everything else on the right side. Minus sine y upon 1 plus cos y, where y is not equal to 2n plus 1 into pi. Why? Because here, students, if you look at this function, 1 plus cos y is not equal to 0. It means cos y is not equal to minus 1. And when do we have value of cos y as minus 1? 2n plus 1 into pi. Right? For all n belongs to integers. So that's why it is written straight away, y is not equal to 2n plus 1 pi. Now, here is the list of derivatives of inverse trigonometric functions, students, that you have to learn. Derivative of sine inverse x is equal to 1 upon under root 1 minus x square for cos inverse x and for rest of the inverse trigonometric functions. Now, let's discuss few questions of exercise 5.3. Question number 1, here we have to find the derivative of y with respect to x. 2x plus 3y is equal to sine x. So let's differentiate both sides with respect to x, dy dx of this thing and dy dx of this thing. Now let's separate the terms dy dx of 2x plus dy dx of 3y equal to dy dx of sine x. 2 is constant, it will come outside, and what is the derivative of x with respect to x? That is 1. 3 is also constant, it will come outside, and the derivative of y is this only, dy by dx, and sine x is cos x. Now again, keep this dy by dx on one side and let's shift everything else on the other side. Cos x minus 2 upon 3 is the final answer. Question number 5. Here, let's differentiate both sides with respect to x. What is the derivative of x square? That will be 2x, because this power will come in front and the power will be reduced by 1. So it will be 2x. In the second term, students, x into y. It means we have to apply product rule here in the second term. So derivative of first into second term as it is plus derivative of second and first term as it is. And the derivative of y square here, let's apply the chain rule in third term. 2y and the derivative of y is 2y by dy by dx is equal to 0. So now dx by dx is 1 into y plus x as it is dy by dx. Let's open the bracket and keep this dy by dx on one side and let's shift everything else on the right side. Question number 7. Sine square y plus cos xy equal to pi. Let's take the derivative of all the terms. Derivative of constant on the right side, which is pi, will be definitely 0. Now let's talk about the derivative of sine square y and cos xy separately, just to understand the question in a better way. If you can do it in one go, there is no problem. So d by dx of sine square y. First of all, let's take the derivative of this square. It will be 2 sine y, then derivative of sine, that will be cos y, and then derivative of y, that is dy by dx. Now, let's talk about this term cos xy. Here, first of all, let's take the derivative of cos, which is minus sine, then derivative of xy. Here we have to again apply product rule. Derivative of first, second as it is, plus derivative of second and first as it is. Now, after solving, we'll get this. Let's put both the values in this equation. And now again, same way, let's take out the dy by dx common from the terms where we can take it common, and then let's keep it on one side and shift everything else on the right side. Here in the denominator, we are getting 2 sin y cos y, which can be written as sin 2y. This is one of the formula, and this is the answer. Ninth question, y is equal to sin inverse 2x upon 1 plus 2x square. Here students, if you look at this thing which is written inside the bracket, so it required something. What it required, actually, if we suppose x equal to tan theta, so this will be the formula of sin 2 theta, which can help us. So then sin inverse and sin will be cancelled and y equal to 2 theta. Now what can we do? We can put the value of theta back. X equal to tan theta, so theta is equal to tan inverse x, right? So 2 is constant. Now differentiate on both sides. Students, every time, if you can solve and simplify first of all before differentiating, that would always be better. So now we have simplified. Now it's better to differentiate at this step. So 2 is constant, and what is the derivative of tan inverse x? It is given in that table. So derivative of tan inverse x is 1 upon 1 plus x square is the final answer. Now question number 12, y is equal to this thing. Here also students, if you look at this thing, if you assume x equal to tan theta, again it can help us. We will get cos 2 theta, which can be written as sin pi by 2 minus theta, and sin inverse cancel, y equal to pi by 2 minus 2 theta. Put the value of theta now, pi by 2 minus 2 tan inverse x. Now differentiate at this step. Derivative of pi by 2, which is a constant, will be 0, minus 2, and what is the derivative of tan inverse x? That is 1 upon 1 plus x square. This is the answer. Question number 15, y equal to sec inverse 1 upon 2x square minus 1. Here, so sec y is equal to 1 upon 2x square minus 1. Right? Here, sec y can be written as 1 upon cos y. And now taking the reciprocal and taking cos inverse to both sides. Now, if I assume x as cos theta and putting the value of x in this equation, I am getting cos 2 theta, because this thing is equal to cos 2 theta. 2 cos square theta minus 1. This is one of the identity. Y is equal to 2 theta, and what is the value of theta? That is cos inverse x. And now we have simplified, so now differentiate. So 2 is constant, it will be outside, and the derivative of cos inverse x is this. So the final answer is minus 2 upon under root 1 minus x square. So students, I hope you must have understood how to find derivative of implicit functions. So now don't forget to hit the bell icon and keep watching my YouTube videos and keep learning and keep practicing. Thank you very much.